Welcome to the Real Life Weight Loss Podcast, where we cut through the confusion and get down to the truth about what really works for real people when it comes to losing weight, having incredible health, and a body that you love. We believe that losing weight is really about gaining life, doing things you never thought you could, having renewed confidence, and enjoying your body more than ever. I'm your host, Corey Little. Now let's get to it. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. This is episode number 306, number 306, and today I'm going to explain a very powerful but also kind of sobering realization that we all need to have about losing weight and the whole process of weight loss. This episode was actually inspired by a client and something they posted inside my Inner Circle coaching group. So we'll get into all of that, but first I just want to remind everyone that there's some really cool free stuff down in the show notes, so you can scroll down, check that out. You can pause the episode right now and do that. Or if you're really kind of wondering what it would be like to work with me inside my Inner Circle coaching group and use my Live Life Lose Fat program, there will be a link to my anti-diet class down in the show notes. You can register for a time to watch that, check it out, and then let me know if you have any questions. Okay? Okay, so go check that out. It's all in the show notes. Cool free stuff for you anytime you want it. Okay, now let's get into this. So what did my client say that prompted this, that inspired this episode? They made a post and they said, I'm both simultaneously excited and annoyed. I'm excited because I know how to eat better now, but I'm annoyed because now I realize I have to change. I'm excited and annoyed to find out that I actually feel awful when I have my typical breakfast that I've always had for so long, a breakfast that's low in protein and much higher in carbohydrates. I'm just now realizing this after 38 years of eating cereal, plain oatmeal, pancakes, etc., and feeling like if I wanted to be healthy, well, maybe I could add some peanut butter onto my toast. I guess even though I didn't realize it, I felt awful before. I just didn't know it. So this person has had this tremendous realization. She is excited and annoyed. But why? Let's dig into this. I don't want any of you to miss this. Now, let me please say this. For any of you that have been listening to the podcast for any length of time, you know, like I promise you the truth, right? And you know that probably 90% of my episodes are really, I like to think they're uplifting and motivating and encouraging. But here's the thing. If I promise you the truth, that means that sometimes I have to bring some tough love. And this episode is a little more that way. So if you're having a really tough day and you know, you're worried I may step on your toes, then you can skip this episode. I hope you won't, because I think we'll bring it all together and it'll be really encouraging and inspiring. But feel free to skip to the next one or go back and listen to an old one. Now, if for any of you who are brand new to this podcast, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. But if this is your first episode, please understand that today is a little dose of tough love. It's a tablespoon of tough love truth, okay? Okay, so here we go. Why? Come on, Corey. Man, that sounded really Southern, didn't it? Why was my client simultaneously excited and annoyed? It's because she had the sobering realization that in order to change her body, she must actually change. She must change what she does. She must change what she eats, drinks, and does, and she must do it on a consistent basis. And if she doesn't, well, not only will she not get results, but now she's come to the realization that she'll also really not feel that great. She'll probably feel pretty crappy because she's at a place where she's made enough changes to finally understand just how much better she can feel. But here's the thing. This is a sobering realization that might make sense on the surface, but many of us may have missed. See, if we get really honest, our dream, our hope is that there's something that we're missing. It can't just be my lack of consistency. It can't be that I just haven't done enough for long enough to get results. It can't be that I jump from one diet to another every few weeks or a few months. It can't be that I kind of did good for a week and then life got crazy and we just ate out a whole lot and I kind of sort of fell off the wagon but kind of didn't. I don't know. It can't be that. It can't be that I just haven't followed through. It can't be that I've missed 75% of my workouts over the past 2 weeks. It can't be that I'm drinking 2 or 3 glasses of wine every night along with a couple of cookies, even though the rest of my day was really good and healthy. It can't be any of those things, right? Our dream, our hope, even though we totally don't realize it sometimes, is that we can change without really making any substantial changes to our life. And here's the problem. Here's what doesn't help this at all, is that marketers want you to believe this, and they preach this. because they know it helps them sell a product. Marketers want you to think that you can change your body without changing anything you do or eat. And this plays right into what we truly want. Just give me a pill. Just tell me the secret. Just give me a new special program that in some weird way I believe will actually do the work for me. It will change me instead of me having to do what the program says and actually change myself. This is weight loss marketing. Heck, it's really just marketing 101. You can change. You can get what you want without changing anything. Our product, our program does it for you and makes it easy. You will never hear that from me because I'm telling you the truth right now. You cannot change without changing. You cannot and will not lose weight without consistently changing your food and activity habits, period. But Corey, I don't like those health foods, man. I don't like veggies, and I really love having a little something sweet after dinner. Okay, well, hey, that's fine. But here's the thing. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you've always gotten. And if that's okay with you, then great. Keep on keeping on and enjoy your life. But if it's not okay and you really want to change your body, you really want to lose weight, then it's time to realize that changing your body requires change. And if you insist on only eating what you enjoy and prefer in the moment, then you'll have the enjoyment of that food in the moment, but probably not the enjoyment or satisfaction of reaching your goals, probably not the enjoyment or satisfaction in your body and your health later. Enjoyment in the moment, but not enjoyment of achieving your goals later. Eat all the foods you love and still lose weight. Bullcrap. That's a headline you'll see. Doesn't it sound exactly like something you've seen in a magazine or online? But it's total bullcrap. To change your body, you must change your brain and you must change your habits. And this will change your life. And it can be some of the most incredible, freeing, rewarding, and wonderful changes you've ever made. But it is still change, and change can be hard. And 99% of us, we don't like change. We especially don't like to change our life. If your routine is to skip breakfast, grab a granola bar, Pop-Tart, or maybe a donut with a mid-morning coffee that might be full of some sugar and creamer, then you try to eat a somewhat healthy lunch, work, then arrive at dinner time, say 6 or 7 p.m., feeling like you could devour an entire buffalo. Or maybe if buffalo's not your thing, you could just devour a buffet and then wash it all down with a milkshake or maybe 11 glasses of wine. Then guess what? That hasn't been working for you, and it's going to continue not working for you. Or shall we say it's going to continue working against you. And then somebody like me comes along and says, all right, hey, you want to lose weight? Wonderful, let's do it. Let's start eating a great high-quality breakfast. And then the client, maybe you, maybe not you, says, yeah, you know what? I don't like breakfast. I don't normally eat breakfast. So what else can I do? And it's already started, and you just can't see it or refuse to see it. You want to change without changing. Yes, Corey, listen, dude, I want to lose weight, and I want you to help me do that, but I don't want to eat breakfast, and I don't want to give up my sugary coffee drinks, and I don't want to stop going out to lunch with my coworkers, and I don't want to have to eat a lot of vegetables unless, of course, they're smothered in cheese or butter, because otherwise veggies just aren't good, let's be honest. And I want to be able to eat something sweet every day. I mean, I want to enjoy my foods. I don't want to constantly say no. And I want to be able to eat and enjoy carefree at social outings and parties. And I want to be able to eat whatever my kids eat at dinner, which is usually like chicken nuggets, French fries, or pizza and Oreos, something like that. Because it's just weird if I don't. Then I don't feel like I'm part of the family. And I don't want to have to do a bunch of food prep because that just sucks. And I don't want to say no when someone offers me something delicious because that just feels weird and I don't want to be a weirdo. And yes, in case you're wondering, I want to lose weight too. So figure it out, man. Whip out your little magician's hat and whip me up some special weight loss program that'll help me magically change my body without changing any of those other things. Sorry, gang, but it's just how it is sometimes, right? It's the truth. It's how it's. Look, I'm there in other areas of my life. I don't maybe want to lose weight right now, but in other areas, I feel just like you. I don't want to change stuff, but I want the end result. But it doesn't stop there, right? If we're really thinking about losing weight, there's other elements to it. And I've heard all of these objections. Listen, man, look, here's the other thing. I don't want to check in with you or with anyone every week because that's just so time-consuming and aggravating. Plus, if I'm really honest, it makes me be accountable, and I'd rather just fool myself into thinking I'm doing better than I really am so that when this doesn't work, just like everything else hasn't worked for me, then I can blame it on you or your program or that other program or that diet book or my body or my genetics, because if it's my fault, well, then that means I actually didn't make changes. And if I'm brutally honest, I just don't want to change. I want my body to change, but I want it to change without me changing. Newsflash, my friend. That's not how it works. And it doesn't matter what snazzy diet marketers tell you, and it doesn't matter what some program or person promises. The truth is, if you want to change your body, you must change your brain. You must change how you think. You must change your life, what you consistently do on a day-to-day basis. Period. That's it. That's the truth. It defies every law of science to think that you can change without changing. But that's exactly what we want to do. It's what we want to believe. We want to have a body that requires massive effort to achieve, but we want it without all the effort. It's like wanting a $100,000 car without paying for it. We want results without the sacrifice. We want to change without changing, and it just doesn't work that way. And then people wonder why they can't lose weight and why nothing has worked for them. And then the newest, coolest gadget or program pops up on our Facebook feed or Instagram feed, and it sounds so awesome. And we're like, I wonder if that would work for me. And we take the plunge, putting down our money, paying our money, putting our hope in something outside of ourselves, that thing that we purchased, never realizing that the power is within us. That program or product can be a great guide and give you a great strategy, a great framework to get the results you want. And it can offer great coaching, but guess what? It's still up to you. You must actually do it. You must do the work. You must put the plan, the strategy, the framework into play and put it into action. And ultimately, that means you will be making changes. This is why anytime anyone comes on the podcast or posts a review online and they're like, oh my gosh, Corey, this was so amazing and it changed my life and your coaching was so helpful and I've lost so much weight and I don't have diabetes anymore. And thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. I always turn right back around and I say, no, you get 100% of the credit. You did the work. I can coach you and teach you and guide you. That's what we do in my program. But you get all the credit. I say it all the time on coaching calls, and I'm sure some of my clients are like, oh, here he goes again. You get all the credit, my friend, because ultimately it's you that's making the changes. You must change how you think and change what you do. And there are easier, more gradual, more fun ways to do that. And this is what I teach in my program. And then there are also miserable, pressure-filled, restrictive ways to do it. And that's what most other diets and weight loss challenges teach. There's a really cool book called Change Anything. I've talked about it before on the podcast. It's written by a team of scientists and authors who look through a ton of research about how people change, and more specifically, what do successful changers do? Like, what are the common elements? Here's the beginning of the preface. It says, if you apply the principles and tactics that we outline, you can rapidly, profoundly, and sustainably change your own behavior, even long-standing bad habits. And by learning how to change your own behavior, you can dramatically improve results in most areas of life. Here's what I don't want you to miss. There's a basic assumption that so many of us miss. They say, by learning to change your own behavior, you can dramatically improve results in your life. In other words, by learning to change your behavior, you can change your life. You can achieve your goals and have the life that you want. But here's the thing. We just see the change your life part, and we totally miss or ignore what must come before it. Change your own behavior. My friends, in case I haven't drilled it into your head enough, change only comes from change. If you plant changed behaviors, you'll reap a changed body and eventually a changed life. You can't keep planting the same old thing and hope that you'll have something different. We reap what we sow. It's one of the basic truths of life. You can't plant a tomato seed and expect to get apples. To change your body, you must change your behaviors. You must change what you do. And it will feel uncomfortable at times. And it will be challenging at times. And everything in your brain will try to convince you just to go back to what you've always done. Go back to the way you've always done things. Because after all, it's easier and it's comfortable because it's what you've always known. And you can do that, but guess what? If you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. You can't get an apple from a tomato seed. If you want to change, you must actually change. I'm sorry to be the one who's bringing this sobering, smack-in-the-face truth. As I like to say in my coaching group sometimes, guys, I don't make the rules. I just explain the rules. I just explain the rules of weight loss and explain how all this works. But here's the thing. This may be a sobering realization, but the sooner you realize it, the sooner you'll either stop trying to lose weight because it's just not worth it to you and you finally realize it, or the sooner you'll see the light and realize that you need to start embracing some changes because that's the path to the life and the results and the body that you want. Now, I'm about to wrap this up, but just one more quote from someone in my coaching group. They made a post and said, I've been working really hard on the mental part of things this month. I've had a few realizations. After really tracking my quote-unquote off-the-rails times this month, I think I've been pretending that I'm doing way better than I really am. I've also found myself looking into other diets. Man, I salute this person. What incredible honesty. I've been looking into other diets, but I'm finally realizing it's not you, it's me. Such a beautiful post, such a beautiful quote to wrap this up. If you connect with this episode, please don't hang your head or feel ashamed or embarrassed. Not at all. That's not what we're about. I want you to feel empowered, like someone just told you the secret, because guess what? I did. I told you the thing that pretty much no one else wants to tell you, especially no one in the diet and weight loss industry will tell you, because they're way too busy trying to sell you their special program that promises, you guessed it, promises you can change without changing. So my friends, listen, please, whatever you do, don't feel discouraged. Don't feel ashamed or embarrassed if you connect with what I shared today. No. Don't let the bully in your brain do that to you. I want you to feel empowered because you now have the secret. Listen, you can make changes. It doesn't have to be terrible. You don't have to change everything all at once. But if you're interested in having strategy and a framework and someone to help you see these blind spots, then I encourage you maybe find a great coach or find a great program. I would love for you to check out my Inner Circle coaching program. There's a link in the show notes, antidietclass.com. You can go down, check that out. Let us know if you have any questions. We would love, if it's a good fit, we would love for you to become part of my Inner Circle coaching program. If not, well, then we would love for you to find whatever's best for you. All right? All right. Now, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you'll share this episode with someone who you think may benefit, and then I hope the 2 or 3 of you will get together and discuss it. Maybe discuss it via text or, jump on a group call, or maybe good old-fashioned meet at a coffee shop or something like that and talk about it. And last but not least, I hope that you know and you realize this and you never forget it, that you are so much more than a number on a little machine that sits in your bathroom. Yes, that number can be important for our health and blah, 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 all that stuff, but that is not who you are. You are so much more than a number. And losing weight's incredible, and I love helping people do it. But here's the thing. Losing weight is really all about gaining life and living the life you've always wanted to live. And I know you can do it. I don't care how many times you've tried and failed. I don't care if you listen to this episode and you're like, holy crap, Corey's exactly right. I've always wanted to change without changing. It's okay. Even if you don't believe in yourself, even if you feel kind of bummed, you can borrow my belief, okay? Keep coming back. I'll keep working on you, and we will get you there, my friend. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.